Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Design. I am back with a quick video about my health journey and some of the things that I've enjoyed. I wanted to talk about some just parts of my new year focus. So one of the things I've shared with you guys before, this is called the quinoa. I'm thinking it's quinoa and cacao or cocoa and coconut. This is such a freaking yummy, sorry, that was kind of blunt, but it's a yummy dessert. So I just keep it in a jar or I put it in my little reusable Ziploc bags and I love this stuff. And last night I have been just craving snacky food and I've been doing the intermittent fasting, not on purpose, but by mistake, just forgetting to eat. And so I'm like, okay, I can do intermittent fasting. I think I can do this. But because we didn't know if I could do it or not. And so I can do it to a degree. But the problem is by the time I hit night, I'm like starving. And I realized I was eating, gluten-free, low sugar, no sugar, no processed sugar alternatives, but I was not feeling satiated. And I was eating things like simple meals, chocolate chip cookies, and some of that kind of stuff. And I just felt yucky. And then I went in and I grabbed this, and yes, it is processed, but I love quinoa. But years ago, I had a surgery and it made me, I can't swallow quinoa anymore. But I can do like quinoa chips and I can do quinoa cereal, things like that. So I absolutely love the cereal. That's the first thing. And I had that quinoa cereal, and what else did I have? I think I had a piece of fruit or something. Anyways, to make, or maybe it was vegetable. I can't remember, but I had something that I felt like I walked in and felt like, okay, now I feel good. Now I feel good. Because I honestly crave a little sweet and a little salty. And so to me, sometimes like red, yellow, orange peppers are kind of that savory, salty feel, kind of thing. So that's good. I also picked up these straws with the rubber ends. And you're probably thinking, well, that's stupid. What a waste of money. How vain can you be? Well, you know what you're doing? So I have started doing, these teeth whiteners. And I bought one for my husband, my youngest daughter, and I for Christmas. And everybody came out of COVID whitening their teeth. Well, I tend to not because it tends to hurt my tummy, my GI tract, and even like the strips. And so I thought, well, if I can cut the time down with a light, maybe that would help. So far, so good. But I recognize I drink tea and coffee, and I'm running what I'm doing with my teeth. So these are great because you can actually use these for coffee. And the theory is you get the tea behind your teeth, the coffee behind your teeth, it won't stain them. I'm sure there's some that kind of gets in there, but it's an effort. So right now this has my ice water and I got to go refill it. And then I'll switch to my green or my oolong tea for the day. So I'm very conscientious about the tea I drink as well. Now my coffee, I got to be honest, I love my peppermint cocoa, no sugar coffee. And my sweet husband bought me some for Christmas, and it has, I think, sugar in it because it has the bark bits. If you guys know, is that real? Is there sugar in that? Leave a comment below. I don't know. So another thing that I have been working on is my breathing. I um I have been on this like crazy high low emergent lifestyle for over 10 years. When my parents were ill, emergency rooms, etc., and then later other things that happened. And and I've shared with you guys that immobilizing type stress that comes in your life, and I had experienced some of that. And it seems to have affected how I handle things. And I've recognized not that it's affected me in a bad way or a good way, but it has affected me. Um, and what I went through and how I've come through it. There are those that are always going to be hypercritical and believe that, you have so far to come and da 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 da. You know what? Your journey is your journey. And that is the one thing that I have been reassured on is that you are making active steps and strides for your mental health, your emotional health, your social health, I mean, your spiritual health, etc., and your physical health. And if you're attending to all of that, I mean, that's a big deal. And I believe biblically we are told to do that as Christians. So I had ordered this kit a while back, never even really did anything with it. Plus, I had ordered additional books. So I just wanted to share it with you. So I have the book by Priscilla Shire, Breathe, Making Room for Sabbath. There is a reason, even, what we're supposed to take one day off a week. Even God needed a day off. God took the Sabbath. When he created this world, he needed a day to rest. Who are we to think that we don't need a day to rest? I mean, I just laugh at that. And I've laughed at that for years, but yet I don't do it. I just don't take the day off. So people would look at me and say, oh, you don't do that much anyways. Okay. But my brain never turns off. It just never does. I'm always thinking, oh, I should be doing this. Oh, I could be doing that. Oh, I need to get this done. Oh, I got to get that done. So this year I'm streamlining my planning, my focus, my schedule, my everything. And ironically, I may actually even put my health first, which has not ever been the case in the last 40 years, ever. Even when I had surgery and almost died. Almost died twice. It was not the case. And I was always concerned about everybody else. I was literally losing our last child in labor. And I was thinking about my children, my husband, my parents, all these, and I was making calls, to make sure my parents had gotten there to take care of our kids and all these things, and because we had to go to the emergency room in the middle of the night and our kids were old enough to be alone, but I didn't want them to be alone. And because we knew we had lost our last baby. And so, and the woman who was the church nurse, she ended up delivering our baby, and she was, she wrote me a year later to the date, and just, I know that my focus was the Lord, but yet I was taking care of everybody else. So she sent me a note as love. So, to encourage me. So I want to go through this. I also have a kit that I would like to go through. So, it's got a journal in it. It's just a blank journal. I don't know what this is. I don't know what any of this is. This just says hope. So I've got to go through all of this and see what it's all about. My prayer list. So, and I don't know. Oh, I love that. That is so great. Little wooden cross and genuine olive wood from Bethlehem. I love that. Okay. So my prayer list, and it says here, as a parent of a child who has mental health challenges, you carry physical, emotional, and spiritual burdens that other parents might not understand. You know what it's like to be very, very weary. I created this breathe box for parents who know the deep suffering that accompanies the mental illness of a child. Your pain matters. I hope these tangible items serve as a reminder. I'm going to run out of tape, so I'll come back with a part 2. As a reminder to breathe deeply, take time to intentionally care for you and nurture yourself, and to lay your burdens down at the feet of the God who sees you. My prayers are with you as you continue to walk this road. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. Romans 15:13. That is amazing, because joy, joy is one of my words this year. So with Hope K. So I'll come back with a part 2 and I'll show the rest. All right, guys, I love you. Come back. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.